All right, the last part of this initial class workup is using them with arrays, because arrays can make things very useful. And let's show from our last flip coin example how useful they can be. Okay, you might see a small change here. I did change this because I ended up wanting to make this a property as opposed to a method or a function returning side up. So I put that just for the namesake, and I updated it in the coin. But that's not the important part. The big one today, if this is the way it is, if you have a different label there, but it's labeled correctly in coin, you're fine. That's not going to change anything. But what I do want you to do is think about this my coin thing. That essentially just labels out one coin. In fact, let's get rid of your coin just so we know we only have one coin. But let's say we have 5 coins that we want to flip, and we want to know the states of those 5 coins at those 5 times. Because if you remember right, when we go through this for loop, this coin gets retossed, right? So it goes back in and changes it each time. That is just one coin getting tossed 5 times, and it doesn't stay on the same state or stay with the same property, heads or tails, whichever way you want to look at it. What we'd like to do maybe is do 5 coins. But if you think about it, we already labeled it my coin, right? So if I went in here, I could do a your coin, and I guess I could do that. Your coin dot toss. And actually, let's go ahead and take that out so it doesn't think we're crazy. And now we're flipping 2 coins, but we're flipping 2 coins 5 times. So there's no individual piece. So in order to do this in a repetitive way for 5 different coins is give those coins 5 different names. And then we'd get rid of the for loop. That seems like it's a little bit of a waste of time, right? So let's do this instead. We're going to say my coin, and I'm going to change this to my coins. It's not going to like this, but we'll update wherever my coin is and change it to my coins. And we're going to also say or rather place this here, meaning that we're going to make my coins into an array of coins. And in this case, we know it's 5, but let's, I don't know, what do you say? Why don't we make it much larger than that? We'll call it 10. Or 100. There we go. Now this is going to take up a lot of space. Every time you create a class, you take up a lot of memory, and it can bog your systems down, because when you're creating essentially 100 new coins, that means that everything in those classes, if you have 50 properties in that class of the coin, let's say the color, the type, the heads up or side up, all these other pieces that could possibly be about the coin, then it's if it's 50 of those, it's 50 times 100 pieces of information you're carrying, not to mention some of the other things that can go on in a class. So be careful when you do that. Try to make that as small as possible. In this case, it's not going to kill us to have 100. Get rid of those parentheses. You no longer need them. Now we're just saying that we are storing not 1 coin, but 100 coins, and we can do this. We can toss them, but we have to know which one we have. So I can toss them by saying count. And that's another reason why you want to go start from 0, right? Because you want to go from the very first element in the my coins array and go to the 4th one for a total of 5. Now, as you might guess, we're still going to have to do this. We have to put in the side up. This should give us the same exact answer. Obviously, it's randomized, so not maybe the same exact answer, but the same exact shape of the answer And oops, we get this message. Now, the reason why we get this message is because just because we created spaces, we now need to fill those pieces up. Remember how I took the parenthesis off here? That was a significant thing because that was calling the constructor. So let's go ahead and do this properly. So I am going to do a for, and then we'll say int. You can use I for index equals 0, semicolon, I less than, and then we are going to say, we could just put 100 here. A lot of times it's probably better to do something more like this. My coins, oops, dot length, and then I plus plus. And we're going to set this equal to, let's see, my coins I equal to new coin. And remember, use coin because that's what the class is called, even though I changed it to my coins. And now we can put the parenthesis, and this should properly do it. And now if we hit run it 5 times, it's going to show all tails, all heads. And you're saying, wow, that doesn't look random whatsoever. The problem here is the creation of these properties within the actual coin itself. So what we need to type in here is private static read only. A little bit over abundant, but this will keep us safe. Static means that now there's only one number. We're going to continually generate random numbers from the same list, not create 5 separate lists for each one of these pieces. So let's go ahead and rerun this. And now when I toss it 5 times, got to get rid of that message box. Now we get that nice little mixture of heads and tails. And we get to see it run. And this is going to represent your first coin, my coins 1, or my coin 0, my coin 1, my coins 2, my coins 3, and my coins 4. And there it is. We're done.